This is the podcast version of The Sandy Show. Listen live every morning on 103.1 in Austin or stream on the iHeartRadio app. Enjoy the show.
You ever notice how much dating apps, or really just businesses in general, do polls? Like, polling is big business.
Yeah.
Right? And they're not cheap. A dating app called The League asked 1,000 single men and 1,000 single women what the hottest careers and which are the most dateable. Both men and women agreed people in healthcare make the best partners.
The best partners?
Yeah. When it comes to specific jobs, 26% say doctors are the most attractive career for a partner.
Well, I feel like that's obvious
Because of the
doctors,
money?
doctors make a crap ton of money, and then there's that the what is it? How impressive it is that this person knows how to heal you or how to fix something.
Hands of a healer.
The hands of a healer, very attractive.
But you got to deal with the ego. A lot of doctors have some egos.
They do kind of take on like a little bit of a God complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Education came in at 23%. Nurses coming in at a close third at 22%.
Education is considered the second most sexy career.
Yeah, I guess.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah, that is interesting. Salary does matter. 39% said they'd like to be an equal breadwinner with their partner, but women are more likely to agree. 45% compared to 33%. So I guess guys are okay if their wife makes more money?
I mean, why would you really be mad?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. More than half also want someone they date to have the same career values they do. Now, you're not going to sit down and have that conversation with someone you're dating over dinner. What are your career values? That'd be a punch out, wouldn't
weird,
it?
right?
Yeah. And I found this interesting. On a first date, they say that respondents mention their job within the first hour, but 18% bring it up within the first 30 minutes.
So I feel like if I'm sitting down on a first date with a guy, one of my first questions is, what do you do?
Yeah, that's a good starting spot.
I'm not waiting an hour or a half an hour or waiting for, hopefully they'll mention what their job is.
Yeah, I think, every girl that I dated in the last, before you, they all knew what I did.
Yeah.
A lot of them listened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do you find a healthcare person to be attractive?
I mean, I do. A doctor. I'm very impressed by nurses. I am very surprised that like EMS, firefighters, EMTs aren't on that list. They might be lower down on the list. I should say that they're not higher on that list because that's pretty sexy.
Yeah. Well, here it says emergency response firefighters, EMTs, ERs, doctors, and nurses are 19% of them in the most attractive careers for a potential partner.
Right. I feel like that would definitely be higher.
You know the one profession I could never date?
What?
A beauty operator.
A beauty operator. Why?
Because I feel like they would come home with hair all over them, and that would get in my soup, and it would get on my meal, and it would just be hair everywhere.
I don't know. In your soup.
Yeah, I couldn't date a beauty operator.
If she were hot, you 100%
yeah,
would
but I'd make her change
operator.
clothes in the garage before she came in.
Oh, and like blow her down with the leaf blower to get all the hair off of her.
More coming up.
103.1 Austin.
Hey, it's Sandy, and I recently read this study. Well, I didn't read the study. I read the article. It was from Harvard University that said it's really, really good to mix up your workout routines. So, like if you've been running or walking or lifting weights, find something else to do, and you're going to live longer. Well, I'm glad I found it, and I'm glad that I found Pure Yoga. Go to pureyogatexas.com. They offer a bunch of different classes, and here's some of the ones that I have taken. I've taken the Inferno Hot Pilates class, which is great. I mean, you want to get a great workout, sweat a whole lot, and believe it or not, feel great when you leave. Sign up for that class. Maybe it's a Super 60 yoga class or a hot yoga class or any of their other classes that they offer at Pure Yoga. You're going to love this place. 2 locations, one north on Burnett Road, just off of 183, and another one downtown between 5th and 6th on Oakland. Get more information at pureyogatexas.com. Switch your workout routine up a little bit and go to pureyogatexas.com. Details about the mission to the moon. Trisha's got it for us in just a second. But real quick, we didn't talk about the Grammys at all yesterday. We're not going to talk about it today.
Do you want to talk about the fact that most of the people showed up practically naked?
Sure.
Chapel Roan, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, Chapel.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing with that. Chapel Roan, you've got enough talent. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, you don't need to do
You're
that.
so talented. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You don't.
In fact, it's the Miley Cyrus effect.
Yeah, but Miley's got some talent.
I know, but we know that now.
Yeah.
But it was hard to see that before because she was always naked and humping and doing weird things that distracted from her talent.
I thought, did Billie Eilish, did she just leave Hogwarts Academy and go to the Grammys?
She 100% landed on the worst dressed list.
Yeah. She always has, though. She
doesn't care.
She's not a snappy dresser.
She does not care at all.
And I don't really care what she has to think either. You know what I mean?
I don't care what anybody at those awards show think about politics.
Zero.
Whether I agree with them or not, I don't want to hear it at an awards show.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right. So Artemis, this is what I'm interested in.
So Artemis 2 is going to be the first crewed lunar mission in over 50 years. And I'm telling you, I don't know how it's not front page news. But before that can happen, they have critical tests that have to take place, simulated launching, freezing temperatures at the Kennedy Space Center, delaying the start of the planned, they call it the wet dress rehearsal. But they have to prepare for a simulated liftoff and the goal of sending the crew on a crew of 4 on a 10-day mission, supposedly, hopefully, February 8th.
Wow.
At the earliest, they have a window anytime between, I feel like, today and I think the 12th or something like that. Like they're
weather.
The weather window, the weather, like whether it's raining, how cold it is. And if they check everything off on their simulations, but
they're not actually going to land on the moon though.
No, they're going around the moon.
Yeah. That's cool. We're going to get some great photos.
I know. Can you imagine how great the photos are going to be this time versus when it happened 50 years ago?
I know. It's like the ones back then were okay, but today I want them to go walk on the moon again.
I think that's the next step after this.
That's cool. Like, what's the holdup? Why aren't they just walking on it now? We did it 50 years ago. Why can't we do it now?
Well, maybe they're making sure they can get back. Maybe they're like, if we can get around it, we can get on it.
So someone should send Katy Perry an email and tell her these are real astronauts.
These are astronauts.
These are the real deal. Like, you know what I mean? It's such a poser world that we live in.
It just, when she said I'm an astronaut, I was like, oh, that is for sure going to come back and bite you.
People, men and women that have trained their entire lives to do this.
And you went up and came back down.
Right.
No, you're not
you're not an astronaut.
Neither are you, Gail King.
No. Oh, Gail King. She's retiring, I think.
Is she retiring or is she getting fired? I keep hearing a rumor that she's being let go, but I have no idea.
Let me ask you something about Gail King. Would we even know who Gail King was without the Oprah?
Gail King, I believe, was a reporter in her own right, but for sure being best friends with Oprah lifted her out.
She worked in some local radio or TV station, right?
There's for sure a little bit of the Oprah effect on her.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Right. Hey, well, she'd be an idiot to not take advantage of it. Look where it's gotten her.
Yeah.
And she's good at her job from what I've seen. But
I should have been friends with the Oprah.
That's what we didn't do.
Instead, we're just doing this. More coming up.
1031austin.com.
Always, you used to say pendulum or pendulum?
I say pendulum.
Like with a J. I know it's not a J, but pendulum.
That's how I say it.
Well, they always say that the pendulum always swings back, and it always does.
Always.
And I didn't think this would happen so quickly with this pendulum, but the pendulum is swinging back away from digital. People are trying to spend less screen time and going more analog, doing things that don't require a screen or a computer or things like that. It's kind of interesting what they're doing.
And this has been a viral trend on social media for a little while now. So if you just want to put down the electronics, get less screen time, people are sharing some of the ways that they're doing that. Some people are getting landlines again for their phones.
And I see some of these in our daughter.
Oh, yeah. Junk journaling or scrapbooking. When I take her phone away from her, whether she's in trouble or I'm just like, you need a break from your phone. The first thing that she does is she goes and gets something scrapbooky or crafty.
Yeah.
And that's another one. Learning a new craft, junk journaling or scrapbooking, creating something. Learning a new craft is like knitting or sewing
That
or
was super
latch hook.
trendy.
Yeah.
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 Latch hook.
Oh my God, there's no telling how many latch hook rugs I made as a tiny Tricia. And I saw them advertised and asked our daughter, who's 16, if she wanted to get a couple of latch hook sets and do it. And she was like, heck yeah. So we're totally going to do that. Again, going back kind of analogy. People finding different ways to communicate other than their phones. Because right now, it's always your phone.
Yeah.
So instead of posting about a trip, they're sending postcards or they're sending letters. Again, the idea of having dinner to show people photos from your trip rather than just texting everything.
Yeah, that's old school. Just yelling out the window.
Yeah.
Like, remember that scene in Rocky when Adrian was at the apartment and she was worried that her brother Paulie didn't know where she was?
Yeah.
And Rocky didn't have a phone. So he goes, I'll let your brother know. And he just opened the window and yelled out the window, yo, Paulie, your sister's with me. That was
funny.
so funny.
Here's one that has been happening definitely for a while. Focusing on physical media.
Yeah.
Meaning listening to music on vinyl or CDs instead of streaming it. Going back to DVDs to watch movies instead of streaming like on Netflix.
I like that because you're purposeful in your selection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You put it into the DVD player and you're not going to click away from it.
Right.
Right? I like that.
I think so. Mm-hmm. The last one, I haven't quite gotten there yet. In order to avoid screen time and go back a little more analog time, people are learning to cook.
Yeah, you just give up.
I
Just
can't.
give up.
I just can't. You acknowledge that I've tried so many times to be a good cook.
Yeah, you're just not good.
Why
You don't
can't I
have
do
you
it?
don't have the gift of cook. You don't have the gift of cooking.
I mean, I have the gift of cake sometimes, and I have the gift of cookie, but like meals to feed my family, I can't do it.
No. You're real good at cleaning up.
Oh, I can clean the hell out of something. It will look like nobody has ever been in that
But
kitchen.
I don't know what happens. You follow the directions precisely.
Precisely.
And then it's just still.
And I cook at the right exact temperature it says for the exact amount of time. It never works. I have a really hard time with that. Like it hurts my ego a little bit.
You're
And I'm
such a terrible cook.
I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Especially when I'm such a good cook.
I mean, you can cook. I'll say.
And
you
I
can
enjoy
cook.
it. I enjoy cooking. It's just
I don't,
the
man.
stuff, getting the stuff, having the stuff is my big downfall.
Going and getting it.
Yeah, the grocery store stuff.
Oh God, I hate the grocery
Or
store.
thinking about what I'm going to make.
Yeah.
That's annoying too. So.
I mean, I wish there were, we could just all just go and get junk food and, fast food and be fine and not get unhealthy and die in early age. Be so much easier.
Live on cheeseburgers and burritos.
Right. Or somebody, why aren't there more healthy drive-through places? You know
True.
what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a smattering
No
here
one
and
wants
there.
a bowl of carrots and you know what I mean? They'd rather have French fries. That's
Everybody
why.
would rather have French fries.
Yeah, that's all right, Trish. You're real good at other stuff.
I mean, I try.
More coming up.
103.1 Austin.
Well, that's it. Do us a solid and copy and paste the link to this episode and send it to a friend or two. Thanks for listening.